Hello there, people. We are here again, and this time with something interesting about all-time favorite Zion Williamson. Get excited to listen about the unheard story of this amazing young player. Zion Williamson has been called the future of basketball, a once-in-a-generation type athlete, and a confusing ball of awesome. As an 18-year-old, 6'7", 285-pound guy, he's also been rather unflatteringly referred to as a man-child, and yet despite his size, the kid is still unbelievably fast and agile, and he can dunk from the free-throw line, so there's that. So where did Zion Williamson come from? How did he evolve into such an impressive athlete? And was he always so ginormous? You've read all of the headlines about Zion Williamson. Now here's everything you haven't heard about the famous guy. So, let's begin. Mount Zion at birth. Williamson was born on July 6, 2000, in Salisbury, NC. The son of two collegiate athletes, his family decided to name him after Mount Zion, which was believed to be the highest point in ancient Jerusalem. Little did they know how apt this name would become for the future #1 draft pick. Star at the age of 5. Most 5-year-old kids know they're going to be firefighters or ninjas, and they'll usually outgrow those lofty ideas. When Zion Williamson was 5, he knew he was going to be a basketball star, and he never really showed any sign that he might change his mind. Credit to the Williamson stepdad, who took his stepson's ambitions seriously and signed him up for the Sumter Falcons AAU team, where he was the only 5-year-old on a team that otherwise consisted entirely of 9-year-olds. By the age of 9, Williamson was getting up at 5 a.m. every day to run drills and practice shots. With that kind of drive, it's really not surprising that he was able to get so close to his goal at such a young age. Most adults won't even get up that early for scrambled eggs and bacon. Background of super athletic family. Zion Williamson isn't the first person in his family to become an athlete. His biological father, Lateef Williamson, who is 6'5", played college football first for North Carolina State and then for Livingston College. His mum, Sharonda Sampson, is 5'10" and was a college track star at Livingston College. She told USA Today that she could jump 6 feet in the high jump, so probably that's where Williamson gets it. Williamson's stepdad, Lee Anderson, was a college athlete too. He played basketball at Clemson, so Williamson owes much of what he knows about the game to his stepdad's early guidance. Mother as middle school coach. She's pretty humble about it now, but Sharonda Sampson has a lot to do with her son's rise to fame. According to the News and Observer, she is a middle school physical education teacher and was the coach of his middle school basketball team and a coach of all of his recreation league teams too. When Williamson played for John Aiken Middle School in Marion, South Carolina, during the 7th and 8th grade, Sampson helped him achieve an average of 20 points per game. Sampson says her son was an unusually level-headed player for a middle schooler. Point guard origins. Williamson was rarely the largest player on his youth teams, so his parents focused on developing his point guard skills. This extra work on ball handling, passing, and court vision proved beneficial for Williamson, especially after he grew from 5'9" to 6'6" between the 8th and 10th grade. This growth spurt transformed Williamson from an above-average hard-working player into a once-in-a-generation talent. Created his dunking destiny. Williamson had grown to 6'3" prior to his freshman season at Spartanburg Day School in Spartanburg, South Carolina. But there was one problem: he still couldn't dunk. So the 14-year-old Williamson spent his summer in the gym, working hours on end to improve his jumping ability. Eventually, it all clicked for Williamson when he tried to throw himself an alley-oop off the backboard. The setup allowed him to clear his mind and finally reach the rim. The rest is history. A viral high school sensation. After a solid freshman season at Spartanburg, Williamson took his game to another level during his final 3 seasons there. He averaged 36.8 points, 13 rebounds and 2.5 blocks per game in his junior year, and scored 51 points in the state title game as he led the Griffins to the second of 3 straight state championships. It was the highlight dunks during the 2016-17 season to catch the world's attention, making his games must-see events. One particular 360-degree dunk led SportsCenter's top 10 plays on ESPN and propelled the 16-year-old Williamson to stardom on social media. The best since MJ. Williamson finished his high school career in 2018 as one of the most accomplished prep basketball players in South Carolina history. He won 3 state championships, scored more than 50 points on numerous occasions, and took home South Carolina's Mr. Basketball honors after his senior season. The hype around Williamson was enough for the North Carolina coach Roy Williams to tell Williamson during his junior year that he was one of the best high school players he'd ever seen since Michael Jordan. Despite the attention, some still wondered if Williamson would be able to dominate at the next level. Duke wins the chase. Williamson received his first collegiate basketball offer from Wofford College when he was a freshman in high school. That had begun an avalanche of offers for Williamson before he decided to join Duke University during a televised special on January 20, 2018. With Williamson set to join fellow top prospects R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish, Duke became the first school since prep ranking began to land the top 3 results in a single class. Big Easy bound. After an electrifying season at Duke ended in disappointment during the NCAA tournament, Williamson announced his intention to declare for the 2019 draft. Williamson was the clear number 1 prospect, and it all came down to the draft lottery to determine where he would start his career. Luck shined on the New Orleans Pelicans, who defied the odds to land the number 1 overall pick, and it was hard for them to control their excitement. Less than 1 month later, the people of New Orleans welcomed Williamson into the NBA world. Like Mike, again. Williamson enters the league as one of the most well-known rookies since LeBron James in 2003. With more than 4 million followers on Instagram, Williamson boasts global name recognition and above-the-rim game that should consistently produce must-see highlights throughout his career. The last thing Williamson needed to secure was a signature shoe deal. He decided in July 2019 to go with Jordan Brand, which makes sense for one of Carolina's own. According to ESPN, Williamson's deal with Jordan Brand is the richest annual take for an NBA rookie ever offered. Ripped ahead of Pelicans' NBA 2020 restart. Zion Williamson is doing all he can to ensure we see the best of him when the NBA restarts its season. The former Duke star's conditioning and overall fitness had come into question during the NBA Summer League and again at the start of the season after working his way back from a knee injury. Williamson, who is listed as 6'6", 285 pounds, appears to have taken to get into shape with the help of a family member seriously after the league shut down in March because of the coronavirus pandemic. His improved physique certainly impressed his teammates as well as his game. The struggles of this young player are bound to be pleased. Williamson is almost certainly going to be a history-making player, and in a few years ahead, we are surely going to see much more of him. Hope you guys enjoyed the life struggling of this amazing young NBA star. We are surely going to come back with more. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video and thumbs up if you've liked it, and do hit that subscribe button so that you won't be missing out on any interesting videos from now on.